You're here from Heartsite. Welcome to the second installment in our series, Publishing a Book. Now, in the first video, we covered traditional book publishing. In this one, we're going to cover self-publishing. Now, we're going to go over the difference. There's going to be 3 companies total that I'm going to talk about. The first one is going to be Amazon. The second one is the one that I'm used for my second book. And the third one was a choice that I had before I chose the one to publish my second book. So saying that, let's get started with this. Okay, the first option of publishing a book is through Amazon. Now, Amazon is free to publish it with them, but you're only going to get the ebook, which means it will be online. You can order the paperback through them, like I did. I will show you my first book. I did this one here through Amazon. I did it, but I also had to have help because I am not knowledgeable in publishing a book. So I don't know all the codes and formats that's needed for that. Now, the things are the same in a lot of it. Amazon, you come up with, you keep all your writing, you have full control of everything in your book, just like a regular self-publisher. You have control over the book cover, just like a self-publisher. The back is the same thing. They give you an ISBN, just like it. But here, this mark here that I'm pointing, whoops, hold on. Right here, this mark right here that's on the bottom, that there was my logo for my consulting business I had. So I was able to put that on there. And in here, in Amazon, they do it differently. They have a picture of you with a little bio in here. Now, I'm going to reach over and show you a little bit of a difference before we go further. Now, this one's done through a self-publishing company. I chose the cover. Everything inside the book was not changed, just grammar, punctuation, anything that was out of place like that. It's all me. The difference is the back. You can see the difference. They don't put a picture of you. They have the eye there. Okay? Because that's the name of my book, is Heartsite. As you can see, they have the ISBN number and their logo, because they're the ones that's publishing it. But that part of it's the same, but there is a difference. Now, Amazon does not charge you to publish a book through them. But like I said, if you don't know what you're doing completely, if you're not an experienced publisher, you don't know the format and everything, so it's not going to work. You have to get outside help. And that you have to get through a company called like Fervor or something else like that, one of them freelancing companies, to help you with that, and that costs money. Now also the difference is between Amazon publishing and a regular self-publishing company is you will not get any of these free. You have to order the books yourself. Okay, you'll get a discount because you're the author, but you will not get any free. Another thing with Amazon is there's no marketing whatsoever. If you want any marketing done on your book, that's all on you, not on Amazon. Unless you want to go into their site and they have different packages for the marketing. So, all in all, it's still going to cost you. But you're doing all the legwork. That's what Amazon is. It's for publishers that have the time and the money where they don't mind doing all the work and the marketing work of it. Okay? Now, with the self-publishing company, They do a lot of it for you, and they do the marketing, and we will go over that right now. Okay? So first of all, what is the cost to self-publish? We know traditional publishing, as far as monetary, it's free. Well, self-publishing, you're using a company, and the only way it's free, like I said, is through Amazon itself. Excuse me. Any other self-publishing company, it's not going to be free. And the prices will vary. The basic cost is $2,000 and up. You can get one lower, but when you get lower, you'll find out why a little bit later in this video, because the third choice that I'm going to talk about was a lower amount than the second one. And I'm going to show you the big difference between them. Of course, the more money you pay, and I'll go over that also with this, the more you get. Okay, so let's get started on it. Okay, now there are several different self-publishing companies out there. So really make sure you do your research before you just pick any one. Check, weigh them out. This one's going to offer this much, this one's going to offer this. Weigh which one is best for your situation. Okay? Now, I'm going to start with the one that published this book for me. Okay? Which is the latest book, and I'll talk about that in another video. But not in this video. This video is solely about getting your books published. Now, the company that did this one is on the back. You see their little logo. Let me get it here. You see not the ISBN, but this right here, and it's called Christian Faith Publishing. Now, I chose that one because they offered a lot of good stuff, and this is basically somewhat like a Christian book or a faith-based book, so I knew it would be okay. But if you don't have something that would be considered Christian-based or faith-based, you may want to go through a different company, because they're not going to publish anything that isn't like that. But because I use them, I'm going to use them for an example. Okay. Now, with this company, there was a down payment, which is like that with any self-publishing company. They're going to require a down payment. This one required a down payment of $495. Now, the one that I didn't go with, okay, had their down payment was only $210. Okay, I'm gonna be going back and forth, so you're gonna see me flipping my notes. Now, with this book, with the down payment, afterwards it was 10 monthly installments of $295 for this company to do that, for a total of $3,400. Now, with the company I did not choose, its total cost was only $699 with $200 down. But you don't get a lot for that. And this is what I'm saying. Okay? So that's the first cost. So you're looking anywhere from $2,000 on up for a good self-publishing company. Anything under $2,000, they're going to be cutting things out, so you're not going to be getting the best deal. Okay? Now, what the money covers for everything, the down payment and then installments on this book, okay, I'm going to go over. It covers You get a publication specialist that will work with you constantly. You can call her anytime with any changes or anything. It covers her cost. The copy edit of the book, typesetting, custom cover design, conversion to various digital formats, and 10 complimentary author copies, your ISBN number, digital distribution, that's like through Amazon and other ebook services, print distribution, which is one thing we mentioned. Remember, I said Amazon does not do the print. Well, they do the print for them, but not anywhere else. Okay? And you also get an author webpage. So if you, for your own book, it will have, of course, the name of the company that's doing the publishing, but it's a web page on your book. Publicity and press release distribution. So you see, with the 2000, that's covered. With my 3400, they're doing a lot of the marketing. I'm not doing. Now, they have extra marketing things, which I will be going over in a second, that you can add to the basic package that I just described. One of their optional marketing things that you can get, it costs $495. You get 1,000 bookmarks and 1,000 sell sheets, a poster, and the URL to the author's webpage. So you're paying for all that material. That's why it's $495 extra. Now, another option they have that, and you can pay through this anytime during or after you get your book published with this company. Another package they have available is $595, which is a 30-second video trailer. For the $595, it's a 3-minute podcast interview that's on Spotify, their stations, and a couple of other stations where somebody will ask you questions about you, the book, where you came up with the idea, sort of like a 3-minute promotional interview talking about your book. Okay? Now for another $495, they can make a 30-second video trailer. Now, they have another thing, which is their social media launch package, which is $695, where you get 4 engaging posts, 4 posts to different direct sales traffic, and excuse me, my throat's dry, and 4 informational posts. So that's a total of 12 posts on different social medias for $695. Now, the Writers Republic don't offer all of that. Like I said, their basic package, they give you some books, and you have a lot of the stuff that you're paying for that I mentioned in the basic. But it doesn't tell you how much you're getting for the books, because they all offer free books, for them publishing. They offer, they offer the author some free books of it, but they don't tell you how many or any information like that. That's why I didn't choose them. So there you have it. The 3 different, like I said, so that's why you want to research, and you don't want to just jump on the first one with self-publishing. But now you know what to look for. If you want to get a book published, what basically it's going to cost you compared to uh, the other one. As we said, with traditional publishing, there is no cost, but you lose a lot of your rights as the author to that book. The publisher takes everything. You don't even have final say in your book. It's like a play. You're the screenwriter of the play, but the producer is the one that changes everything in there. Okay? So, essentially, you lose the book. You could start with it being your idea, but if they don't like it or they think things need to be changed to make it more exciting or whatever, they're going to do it. So, there goes your thoughts, your ideas. As with self-publishing, everything, you keep your right, the final say so. Everything throughout the whole process is all about you, your words, your work, your book. You don't lose any rights, any final say, but you also have to pay money on that because they do the marketing. They're gonna do, get it out there to the Barnes and Nobles and whatever. Or you can go the cheaper way like I did and still pay less, but you're restricted in if you want to market it to get it out to more people, you're not going to have that if you do it through Amazon. So that's the second video that, we just went over. Now the next video we're going to start on the whole process of writing a book and becoming an author. We're kind of going backwards to frontwards because before you even do something, you need to know what your options are. There's no sense in writing a book if you not going to be able to ever afford it. So before we start the process of writing a book, I wanted to cover the two different ways of getting it published to give you that information so you know where you can go. Okay, so remember, till I see you again, remember you all matter, you're all very important, and I love each and every one of you out there. But the most important thing I always want to say before I let you go is to remember, always see with your heart and not with your eyes. Because what your eyes see, it doesn't matter. If you checked out my last video, my mental health video, I give examples on why seeing from the heart is important. True beauty is not what you see here. It's what the heart sees, what's inside that shell, which is true beauty. This beauty, I'm not saying I'm beautiful, don't get me wrong, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like models. Why do you think you never see an older woman being a model? Because outside beauty fades. Yes, they could look like a 10 with every brick in place. But hey, let's face it, as we get older, our body changes. That's why people change. Once they get to a certain age, they start bringing in the new, younger models. Because this fades away. It turns gray, like my hair is turning gray. We get wrinkles. Men get the middle pot belly, fill out more. What we call the daddy belly. So, why should we judge by what we see here? It's so much better to judge from what's here. Because what's here is what makes that person. What's inside is their personality, their spirit. It's who they are. This is just a shell. Like a peanut. Excuse me. So that's why it's always important to look with your heart. See with the heart, not with the eyes. You know, I was on a friend's stream the other day, and a question came up towards the end of the stream. If you had to give away one of these three items, what would you give away? And it was sex, love, or your eyesight. Well, let me tell you from somebody that's legally blind. You give up your eyesight, you learn to love deeper. You find true love because you're not looking at this. You're going for what's inside, and that's true love. If you're looking at this on somebody, that's not necessarily love. That's more lust. Oh, she's a perfect 10. Oh, she's got the perfect rack. Oh, she's got a nice booty. That's material. That rack is gonna drop when she gets older. That booty is gonna get bigger as she gets older. That belly is gonna get bigger. She's gonna get love handles. Same for a male. They can get love handles. Their booties are gonna get bigger. Of course, we don't go for rack, but girls, we look at the six pack. Well, that six pack's gonna disappear and go into a daddy belly. And if that's what you're judging your relationship on, it's shallow. Now, I'm not saying that, looks isn't part of a relationship because, nobody's going to go out with somebody that looks like a total dog. Let's face it. But if you concentrate more when you see somebody, see them from in here. And I can guarantee you that relationship is going to last through the end of time. I know through an experience. I was born with bad eyesight. I started wearing glasses when I was 2. So, and I was diagnosed with RP when I was 18. I had to learn growing up. But it's a lesson. I wouldn't change it. If somebody told me today that they would donate their eyes so I could have perfect eyesight, you know something? I would turn them down. I'm sorry, this is what was given to me. And I feel it was given to me as a reason, not as a curse or something bad. It's taught me something very, very valuable that I try to teach everybody else because it's an important thing to learn. Especially when you're dealing with mental health issues or anything like that. Any type of relationship. It doesn't have to be boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife type of relationship. Family-wise, friendship-wise, acquaintance-wise. Instead of, saying, oh man, they're crazy or whatever. Look here. Inside. And if you find somebody that can be annoying, remember, they may be trying to cover something up. Let me give you an example of that before I go. Everybody knows Robin Williams as a wonderful, wonderful comedian. But does everybody know what he truly died of? He was a very, very depressed person. But you couldn't tell that by looking at him because he always had a smile on his face. But that was a mask. We have to remember people will wear masks So people don't see what's going on unless you know that person. So if you find somebody that tries to be funny all the time, is happy-go-lucky, the chances are 10 to 1 that they're suffering through anxiety or major depression or another type of mental health issue. And they're trying to make themselves feel better. And they know that it's tearing them apart. But they've made it their life choice to make other people happy. They don't want to see people downtrodden and lonely or anything like they've gone through because they know the pain. And that's why Robin Williams was such a great comedian and actor, because that's what he did. He wanted to make people laugh. He wanted to make them smile. Because he couldn't truly smile within himself. And he knew what that pain was. He didn't want to see anybody in that pain. So instead of putting somebody down because he wasn't feeling the greatest mentally, he turned it around. And he made movies that made people laugh. We all know about Mrs. Doubtfire. That was one of my favorite shows from him. That was funny as heck. But he's done some serious shows. But that's the way we need to be. Instead of putting somebody down or we don't understand something, call them aside. Tell them to private message you and, talk to them and say, look, I don't know what's going on in your life. I don't know why you're acting like this or doing that. But I want you to know I'm here for you. You can talk to me. You don't have to put on this mask. We often wear masks to feel accepted and loved, people. And it takes just one person to break that. If we show people that we can accept them and love them, they don't have to wear the mask, but we have to let them know that we love them for who they are. That they don't have to wear a mask. If they're a quiet person, say, hey, it's okay that you're quiet. I love you for who you are. If they try to act like a comedian or something and they kind of take it out of context and go too far, let them know. In a nice way, out of love. Then you don't have to wear this type of mask. You don't have to impress me. You don't have to impress anybody. Just be you. We love you for who you are. And you'll see a big change. You won't hurt feelings, but you're letting them know that they don't need to wear that mask around you. Alright? So that's why it's so important to always see with your heart and not your eyes. And until I see you again, I love each and every one of you out there. Have an awesome, awesome day.